Ladies and gentlemen, just prior to going on the air today, Boyd Pierce had some comments with Nature Boy Buddy Landell. They were very interesting, to say the least. Let's hear what he had to say.
Wrestling fans, Nature Boy Buddy Landell is in the ring, informs me that he has the important message for all of us, especially one person to hear.
Boyd Pierce, everybody saw Butch Reed last week on TV come out here and put his hands on me. That's something that nobody, I said, and I mean nobody does, is put their hands on the Nature Boy. I come out here offering him something, an opportunity of a lifetime, and he turns it down. Now, I'm going to have to do something that I didn't want to ever have to do, and that's to publicly embarrass him on TV. On TV today, that will get done. Butch, I'm washing my hands of you, boy, and I'm publicly embarrassing you on TV today.
Nature Boy Buddy Landell.
Well, Buddy Landell is going to get his opportunity to go against Hacksaw Butch Reed. That match coming up in just a few moments. But right now, we've got a great one here on Mid-South Wrestling. Let's go to ring announcer Boyd Pierce.
This event, one fall or 10-minute time limit. In the red corner, 259 pounds from Omaha, Nebraska, Ted DiBiase. Across the ring, 244 pounds, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Magnum T.A. Referee Ron West.
What a tremendous match to start off here, Mid-South Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt about it, this could be a main event in any arena in the country. It's Magnum TA against Ted DiBiase. And Joel, this is the beginning of a super hour.
No doubt about it, Jim. We've got one of the most popular wrestlers in the country in Magnum TA going against one of the most hated individuals in the country right now, Ted DiBiase, an associate member of the Rat Pack.
There's General Skandar Akbar watching ever so intently the action in this first encounter here on Mid-South Wrestling.
Well, and as if Magnum TA didn't have enough trouble with Ted DiBiase, he's got Akbar out there. As we all know, like hip toss. Ted DiBiase went for that elbow. Magnum TA wisely moved out of the way. Another arm drag, high elevation. Oh, did you see that? Another one. Magnum TA with those tremendous drop kicks. Jim Hacksaw Butch Reed just walked out of the Irish McNeil's Boys Club. He seemed to be in quite a hurry.
Well, Hacksaw Reed was scheduled to go against Nature Boy Buddy Landell. We'll find out about that, but look at this great match we've got. Two former North American champions squaring off. Ooh, what a right hand by TA.
Magnum TA with that amateur wrestling background catches Ted DiBiase into a single leg. DiBiase going for the kick. Magnum TA clinging tenaciously to that headlock.
Magnum TA in superb condition for this encounter. With Ted DiBiase, referee Ron West right in position. Asking DiBiase if he'd like to give up.
And you know, Jim, you mentioned superb conditioning. I think Magnum TA has even strengthened his training regimen after he lost the title to Ernie Ladd a couple of weeks here on Mid-South. And, you know, I just don't think that TA is going to stand for that kind of action for very long. I know he wants that title back. He feels that it's his title.
DiBiase wants to set up a maneuver on TA, and TA beat him to the punch. Oh, belly-to-back suplex, and I don't know, DiBiase may have got just as much punishment on that maneuver as did Magnum TA.
Well, Ted DiBiase is definitely a very, very fine technical wrestler. He's powerful and quick and agile, and certainly a good match for Magnum TA, but I think Magnum TA has the edge in the amateur background and the basic fundamentals of wrestling.
Well, DiBiase's taking over on him. It's not scientific by any stretch of the imagination. Momentum seeming to change in the favor of Ted DiBiase. That's a blatant choke. Referee Ron West
Notice how skillfully Ted DiBiase hedges that count. He's got a 4 count to break it, and he's using every millisecond of it.
Referee Ron West is really letting DiBiase have it.
Oh. Jim DiBiase is just brutal.
DiBiase using those ropes for additional leverage as General Skandar Akbar, you see him there at the bottom of your screen, looking on very intently.
Well, those kicks were with the flat of the foot. They were legal. Reverse neck breaker.
No doubt about it, DiBiase has taken over on Magnum TA.
DiBiase continually using that hair for leverage. Pile driver. This could be no, Magnum TA with that tremendous strength. Reversed that pile driver and elevated Ted DiBiase and brought him down hard to the canvas. Ted DiBiase now, both of them fatigued from this tremendous pace. Magnum TA now firing back.
High elevation, down goes DiBiase, and TA's fired up. Ladies and gentlemen, there's big Ernie Ladd. Just off our camera shot, there you see him, the big cat's out there.
TA with another drop kick. He's got DiBiase on Jean Street. This could be it. Belly to belly suplex. Oh, Ted DiBiase managed to put his foot on the rope.
Look at Ernie Ladd taunting Magnum TA. Look at DiBiase.
DiBiase went to the tights. He's loading up that glove. I hope TA exercises extreme caution. He's got a lot to contend with here.
Big right hand with that loaded glove. Ernie Ladd had him distracted. 1, 2, and 3. The winner of the match, another controversial decision. The winner, Ted DiBiase. And remember, it's scheduled to be Hacksaw Butch Reed against Nature Boy Buddy Landel. Reed has left the building. We'll find out about that, and we'll be back in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, as Joe Watts and I mentioned in the first match, we saw Hacksaw Butch Reed leave the building in a big hurry with a very disturbed look on his face. He was scheduled to go against Nature Boy Buddy Landel. We understand from referee Carl Fergie, from matchmaker Grizzly Smith, that Hacksaw Butch Reed has received an emergency phone call. His brother, a construction worker, was involved in a serious accident. His brother's been hospitalized in critical condition. I understand that, of course, Joel Watts over there is telling Boyd Pierce exactly what is going on. And now we'll go with Boyd into the ring, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure he'll want to explain to Buddy Landel exactly what's going on.
Buddy Landel, I'll have to be the first and probably the only one to inform you. Hacksaw Butch Reed was here. His family finally caught up with him here to television, informed him they've been trying to get a hold of him, that his brother suffered a severe injury on a construction site. He is in critical condition in the hospital, and Butch Reed left this building to be with him in his time of
need. My eyes are
need.
full of tears. I guess that's the only excuse he could come up with. He just knew that the Nature Boy would waste him right here in the middle of the ring. Now get somebody out here. Where's Butch Reed at? He knew that I was challenging him. He knew that I was going to dust him today here on national TV and get a reputation and a name for myself. I want him down here now. His brother didn't get hurt. He's making excuses. Like everybody else makes excuses when they got to go up against the Nature Boy. What's that Outhouse Brown doing up here? What are you doing up here, boy? What are you doing, boy?
Y'all know this sucker think he had an easy night off because Butch Reed left. Well, let me tell you something right now, man. You've been going all over the Mid-South, and we need to get it on right here tonight. You take on me tonight. The other brick house left, but the other brick house is here right now. So you come on with it.
As your match, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit, Buddy Landel against Brickhouse Brown.
Well, Brickhouse Brown coming down here As you heard him say, Landell went after him, and Brickhouse moved out of the way. Joel, this will be a classic right here.
No doubt about it, Jim. These two men have been involved in a bitter feud ever since Brickhouse Brown came to the Mid-South. Brickhouse Brown, as you might recall, really embarrassed Buddy Landell. Flying body press. Flying body press catches Buddy Landell for a 2 count, and Brickhouse Brown just about made quick work of Buddy Landell.
Of course, all of our thoughts and prayers with Hacksaw Butch Reed and his time. His brother is in critical condition. Certainly hope he'll be all right. Buddy Landell wanted Hacksaw Butch Reed. He didn't get him, but he's got Brickhouse Brown on another super match here on Mid-South Wrestling.
Yes, indeed, Jim. We certainly do hope to express our condolences to Butch Reed's brother. I hope he's not too seriously injured. Arm whip into the turnbuckles. Brickhouse Brown using that quickness once again to outsmart Buddy Landell.
Don't forget, coming up next, the football helmet match. Hacksaw Duggan against Dr. Death. High elevation, down goes Landell. And Brickhouse is styling, Joel.
No doubt about it. Brickhouse Brown has really won a lot of favor with the fans. He's been, big right hand off that fist.
Landell went to the ropes. That breaks the hold. Breaks that pinning predicament. But Landell is in trouble right now, I can tell you that.
You got to watch out for Landell. He has improved ever since he's come to the Mid-South. He was good when he first got here, and now he's gotten even better. Like Skandar Akbar said, he's one of the most underrated wrestlers in Mid-South, and you just can't ever quite count him out. He's slippery, and he's devious.
And opportunistic. Great drop kick by Brickhouse Brown. Almost took Landell's head off.
Brickhouse Brown with an arm whip into the turnbuckles. Good.
Brown was going to bring him out of there. Landell held onto the ropes.
Landell with that big elbow. Wraps him up in an inside cradle. Carl Fergie with a 3 count, and Landell shows just how much he's improved.
See there? That's what you get when you go up against the Nature Boy.
As he takes a victory over Brickhouse Brown.
Now, wrestling fans.
Wait a minute, Boyd Pierce. I know it's supposed to be a football helmet match, but I've got an issue, a challenge right now. I'm going to challenge you, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You're talking about football helmets. You're living in the past, Duggan. You're living back in your scrapbook. This is professional wrestling, the king of sports. Let me tell you what, Duggan. Why don't you just put that football helmet down and that stick you carry around and come on out here and face me right here now. You told everybody how bad you want me. Come on down here now, Duggan, and I'll beat you up just like I did out there in that parking lot. I know you're up there watching that monitor. So if you got any guts, Duggan, come on down here now.
Well, you can...
Now you heard the word of Ted DiBiase. And coming to the ring with his helmet, Jim Duggan.
Boy, this one's starting out like a house of fire. Hacksaw Duggan and Ted DiBiase.
Well, you can tell when those fans started roaring that Hacksaw Duggan wasn't going to back down from any challenge from Ted DiBiase, and he is hot. After that beating that he suffered in that parking lot, you know that Ted DiBiase had to have some kind of foreign object to have been able to beat up Duggan that bad, but now they're going at it in the ring.
What a battle, DiBiase and Duggan. It was supposed to be the football helmet match, but DiBiase said he wanted Hacksaw Duggan, and he's got him. Oh, there's a spear!
You know, Jim, I don't know if Steve Williams has the guts or not to come out and have a football helmet match with Jim Duggan. The way he
Wait a minute.
Wait.
There's Dr. Death. He's in his full football uniform.
Duggan's firing away, but it's useless against those big, massive shoulder pads. And there's Hercules Hernandez. They're teaming up on Duggan. Duggan.
Referee Ronnie West going out to the floor.
Duggan is in a bad way. Look, Steve Dr. Williams is poised in that three-point stance. Oh!
They're trying to put Duggan out
Jim
permanently.
Grizzly Smith is going to have to get some help down here. Duggan could be severely injured at this point.
The shoulder pads, the helmet.
We got some help. We've got some help. We've got some help, but it's...
Shawn Michaels coming to the ring.
We're going to need some more people against this awesome machine. Steve Dr. Death Williams is like a tank out there.
Duggan is helpless. DiBiase, Sheik Hernandez, and Dr. Death in a full football uniform.
It's mayhem, Jim Ross. Jim Duggan is down, and I don't know how much more punishment he can take. Here goes Master G. Here goes the rock and roll superstar Bill Dundee and Brickhouse Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it right here. We're going to try to restore some order. But when we come back, you're going to see Master G against Sheik Hernandez right after this.
This bout, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. In the red corner, General Skandar Akbar presents the newest addition to his army at 258 pounds from Bad Street, Sheik Hercules Hernandez. And now, Master G.
Going against Master G. And this should be another great one, Joel.
No doubt about it, Jim. A heck of a match. Both of these men, fantastic athletes. It's not hard to figure out who the crowd's behind. Master G has really gained the acceptance of the Mid-South fans since he's come here.
Another prime example of why Mid-South Wrestling has the #1 television program in all of wrestling. Two tremendous athletes squaring off another main event caliber match right here on television.
Well, both these men are very evenly matched. However, Master G has suffered somewhat of a knee injury from that figure 4 leg lock that Ted DiBiase applied to him a couple of weeks ago. And as you can see, he's got that thing wrapped up right now.
You know, there are bodies all over the ring. It took several minutes to get order restored, and I officiate football on the college level, and I know what two big guys can do when they're both in full pads. But that Dr. Death, that was pure destruction.
No doubt about it. Dr. Death was just completely indestructible there in the ring. Duggan was firing away at him. Just Master G, a couple of big right hands. Flying body press by Hercules Hernandez.
Right reversal.
That's the mark of a great wrestler. He's got counters for just about everything. And Master G, with his quick thinking, big body slam.
Sheik Hercules Hernandez. There you see General Skandar Akbar. High elevation. Master G in great form here, going against Sheik Hernandez. What a collision, boy. Hernandez went to the floor. What a collision, Joel.
They're both dazed. Hernandez is out on the concrete floor. Master G getting up. Master G is not going to let Hercules Hernandez back in the ring. His ire is up.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Cut it out. Keep it in the ring. Come on, Hernandez, get in the ring. You're going upstairs.
Hercules Hernandez, the wise tactician that he is.
Hey, come on, get it in the ring. Come on, General, you better get your man in the ring.
Well, you hear referee Carl Fergie there getting the ring, and a lot of damage has been done to the knee, the already injured knee of Master G. Hernandez going right to work on it. G's coming back, though. What a fighter.
Master G's got a lot of heart. If he can just cut through the fog of that pain in that knee, maybe he can hold on and pull this one up. Oh, no.
Master G, no doubt about it, in great condition, but that knee has really suffered.
Master G going for the atomic knee drop, but he might have injured himself just as badly or maybe worse than Hercules Hernandez. Master G appears that he can't even get up.
All that 250 plus pounds coming down that injured knee, half Boston Crab.
Carl Fergie asking for the submission. It looks like Master G saying no way. But Carl Fergie calls for the match. Carl Fergie calling the match anyway.
There you see the winner.
Fancy, baby. Check it out.
There you see the winner, Sheik Hercules Hernandez. G was saying no, but I think a good decision by the referee, Carl Fergie. And ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, you'll see the Rock and Roll Express after this important word about Mid-South Wrestling.
This event, one fall or 10-minute time limit, a tag team match. In the red corner, 226 pounds, Knoxville, Tennessee, Jim Horton. His team partner from Alabama, 239.5 pounds, Thomas Ivy. And now the Rock and Roll Express.
Our young friends from Troop 145, the Tiger Cubs from the Central Free Methodist School. They're in attendance here, this packed capacity crowd here at the Irish O'Neill Boys Club. They're still buzzing. Thomas Ivy starting out against lightning quick Ricky Morton.
Ricky Morton uses his balance and his agility so well that he can handle the bigger guys.
Jim Horton now in there. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Hacksaw Butch Reed has just come by our table. He's back. He left just a few minutes ago. There's something Well, we'll try to talk to Hacksaw Butch Reed in just a little while. Back to the match at hand. Hacksaw Reed is back.
He is back, and he doesn't seem to be too pleased. Double drop kick! Double drop kick. They cut Thomas Ivy with a double drop kick.
The winner of the match, the Rock and Roll Express, Hacksaw Butch Reed is back, and we'll try to talk to him. And don't forget, also coming up, a match for the TV title, Superstar Dundee against Exotic Adrian Street, coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, Hacksaw Butch Reed was scheduled to wrestle Nature Boy Buddy Landell here today. You saw Hacksaw, we told you about Hacksaw Butch Reed leaving. We understood your brother had a serious accident on a construction site. The phone call got to you and you left, but now you're back. Exactly what's happened?
That's right. I just forfeited my match with that nothing happening sissy, that little bleach blonde sissy Buddy Landell. To leave here, Pee Wee Anderson give me a message that my brother had just had an accident on his job, construction job, and he was hurting in critical condition. So I leave out of here to go to the airport. Pee Wee Anderson takes me to the airport. I call my folks at home, and I find out that my brother is alive and he's well, and he's getting along just fine. Ain't nothing wrong with him. So you see, what done went down? I just found out that Hacksaw Duggan had just got hurt. He just got whitewashed clean out the ring a while ago by them Three Stooges and that camel jockey. Nothing happened to Scandal Akbar. But I tell you what, Duggan, they trying to divide us so they can conquer us. But I'll tell you one thing, I won't be jabbed no more. I'll be here in your corner from now.
Well, there you hear from Hacksaw Butch Reed. Now let's go to another great television main event and our ring announcer, Boyd Pierce.
This event for the Mid-South television title, one fall or television time remaining. Introducing first, the challenger for the belt on my left, 205 3/4 pounds from Melbourne, Australia, the superstar of professional wrestling, Bill Dundee. And across the ring, in the red corner, the Mid-South television champion, at 212 pounds from the Royal Forest of Dean, Adrian Street, accompanied by his valet, Miss Linda. Your referee for this title match, Carl Fergie.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a television title match. Superstar Bill Dundee, the challenger, going against the exotic one, Exotic Adrian Street. The TV championship's on the line. One fall or television time remaining. Joel, apparently and obviously, that telephone call that Hacksaw Butch Reed got was nothing but a hoax and something planted apparently by General Skandar Akbar and his forces.
Well, it's just a further example of just how devious the General Skandar Akbar really is, and just how far he will go to accomplish his means.
Well, obviously he wanted to separate those two awesome hacksaws. He got it done. You saw exactly what happened as we watch Miss Linda prepare her master, Exotic Adrian Street, the TV champion, for this television title match. This is not the first time we've seen Dundee hook up with Street. They have had some classic encounters. It's come to this championship match here on Mid-South Wrestling. Referee Carl Fergie calls for the bell, and Joe, we've got action.
Both these men, of course, very evenly matched. Both of them well-versed in that European style of wrestling. Both about the same height and weight.
Superstar Bill Dundee has got a great national reputation, has helped many regional and sectional titles. Adrian Street, four-time European champion. He says he's never lost the title, he's only abdicated it.
Adrian Street there with using that face hold. Dundee wisely getting out of it. Leg scissors.
Dundee reminds me of a pit bulldog. He just grabs a hold and hangs on. Adrian Street trying to get out. He finally does from the legs, the head scissors.
Inside leg trip takedown by Adrian Street.
Well, Street's got that leg all entwined, using his elbow to the ribs of Superstar Dundee. Very unorthodox, however, legal maneuvers.
That wasn't legal. It sounded like he just snapped Bill Dundee's finger.
Exotic Adrian Street working the leg. Dundee frees himself. Both men back to their feet very quickly.
Well, there's, of course, a lot at stake at this match. The television title is a very coveted award. Certainly the television title in Mid-South Wrestling means that you've got to be up against some of the toughest competition in the country. Dundee fighting back. Shows that he knows how to use that lip hold as well.
Well, Exotic Adrian Street has been surrounded by controversy since his first appearance here. The way he won the title from Terry Taylor, so unorthodox. That sharp European forearm put Dundee on the canvas. Street, look at that maneuver. It's hard to see from our vantage point exactly what he's doing there. Oh.
Well, it looks like to me, Jim, he takes that thumb and sticks it far into the cheek and tries to stretch the lips across his teeth as far as he can. Some unscrupulous individuals have used it in amateur wrestling. Let me tell you, it's one of the most painful things that you can have happen to you. And Dundee came back with that big forearm using the impetus of those ropes. And now it looks like the momentum is changing back again in Bill Dundee's direction.
Street coming right back. Exotic Adrian Street. That's a blatant chokehold. Referee Carl Fergie.
Come on, Street, break it up.
Right on top of it.
Hey, come on, Street, come on.
Street's got that 4 count to break, and he just about had a disqualification. Of course, I don't think Adrian Street would mind getting by with a disqualification, as he would still hold the title. There's that big forearm again.
That European-style forearm is really effective. Dundee tried to get out of the way, but he didn't quite make it. Another forearm, and Dundee's knees are very wobbly. Street now. Dundee is in a bad, bad way.
Well, Dundee, of course, a tough competitor. But Adrian Street, just such a vicious man.
A tough match to officiate, so many unorthodox maneuvers. Dundee caught Street walking in with that foot.
You just can't count the tough little Aussie out. He's going to fight fire with fire.
Pinning predicament. Count of 2. Dundee had Street in a pinning predicament on that maneuver.
That's a tough pinhole to use. There we go.
Well, we have both
Tremendous
men
collision.
colliding. We said, Joel, you did, specifically both men about the same size. They collided coming off those ropes. The referee is counting. Dundee's back to his feet first.
You know, you can gain so much velocity off those ropes. Just within the short distance, you can be accelerated to even more than the speed of a person running at full speed. Pile driver.
Street got him up in that pile driver, ladies and gentlemen, right here, and Dundee is in a bad trouble at this point in time in this championship match.
Well, I think Street made a mistake by not trying for the fall right there after the pile driver, because he gave Dundee that extra breath of air to get to that second win, and now Dundee is the aggressor in this back and forth seesaw, if you will, battle. Reverse arm whip into the turnbuckle, flying body press, 1. Oh! And we have a new TV champion. Dundee catches the fall with that flying body press. Unbelievable. Listen to that crowd. Standing ovation from the people at the Irish McNeil's Boys Club. What a tremendous match by superstar Bill Dundee.
There you see the new television champion. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this important word from Mid-South Wrestling.
Introducing your first standby bout, 1 fall or television time remaining, a tag team match. In the red corner, a combined weight of 423 pounds, the highly ranked team from Mexico City, Mexico, Chavo and Hector Guerrero. And across the ring, at 221 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina, Lee Ramsey. And his team partner, 253 pounds, Topeka, Kansas, Art Cruz. Your referee, Ron West.
Our final match here today on another tremendous hour of Mid-South Wrestling. Tag team action, the highly ranked Guerrero brothers going against Cruz and Ramsey.
Well, they call themselves the Alamo Busters, but they're getting a busting from Art Cruz right now. Double drop kick. Another one.
Well, Cruz and Ramsey certainly are not intimidated, even though the Guerreros have a tremendous one-loss record.
Hector Guerrero shading the rules a bit.
A Chavo in there against Art Cruz. There's a tag. In comes younger brother Hector. The Guerreros are so quick. And obviously they know each other's moves extremely well.
Hector, of course, the younger brother, possibly the more dangerous of the two. He seems a little bit off kilter in the...
There's a tag. Hector's in legally, as is Lee Ramsey. Boy, what an hour it's been. What action we have seen.
No question about it, Jim. The thing that really amazes me is just how unscrupulous Skandar Akbar can be.
Well, referee Ron West counted to 3. There you see the winners, the Guerreros.
Winners, the Guerreros,
Wait a minute.
but they're not satisfied with just a win. They want to punish these two men.
Well, Ronnie West is signifying to us the Guerreros had the victory, but the decision, I'm not sure. I think the decision has been reversed for attacking the men after the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, without a doubt, another great hour here on Mid-South Wrestling. Magnum TA has requested some time to come out here. I know you have something very important to say to all the great wrestling fans listening now.
That's right. I got some things on my mind, some things that are bothering me deep down inside. You know, this one Ernie Ladd and Ted DiBiase, they can't keep their nose out of my business. There's always somebody coming down interfering. Well, what I want is a match right here on television with either one of them, either Ernie for my title or Ted DiBiase. And better yet, what I'd like to do is get Grizzly Smith to sign this match for a cage match. First time ever a cage match right here on television. Me and the big cat for my title or Ted DiBiase. It doesn't matter, but I want a cage because I don't want anybody in or anybody out. I want to get some things settled and get some things straight here in Mid-South once and for all.
Well, those comments, Magnum TA challenging Ernie Ladd or Ted DiBiase to what would be a first ever Joel cage match. We can get it signed here next week.
No doubt about it, Jim. That would be an exciting match. I hope Grizzly Smith can sign it with one of those two individuals, but, you know, of course, it's got to return. Terry Taylor will be here next week on TV, Jim.
I know the fans are looking forward to the return of Terry Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great hour. Don't forget to participate with us in the dream match situation. For our ring announcer, Boyd Pierce, for our color analyst, Joel Watts, I'm Jim Ross saying thanks very much for being with us, and whatever you do, tune in next week to another exciting hour. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, so long, everybody.